Although Georgie and Mandy's marriage can't bring back young Sheldon's title character, I'm starting to worry that the spin-off will do so anyway. It is always hard for a spin-off to establish itself, since many shows rely on their connection to an earlier series to gain a sense of legitimacy. The Big Bang Theory's first spin-off, Young Sheldon, featured Sheldon's original actor, Jim Parsons, as the show's older narrator. Before The Big Bang Theory's finale, the original hit sitcom also featured a scene where Sheldon watched a videotape of his younger self that introduced viewers to Ian Armitage's Sheldon. This created a sense of cohesion between the two shows, ensuring Young Sheldon felt like a continuation of The Big Bang Theory despite their different styles, settings, and time periods. By Young Sheldon's finale, the show had brought back Parsons for an on-screen appearance as Sheldon's older self. The links between the two shows were firmly established, and despite some plot holes, it was clear that they shared a fictional universe. Now Young Sheldon's spin-off Georgie and Mandy's marriage must try to do the same. However, I'm afraid linking with Young Sheldon will be somewhat tricky for the upcoming sitcom. With most of the cast reunited, it seems worryingly likely that Georgie and Mandy's marriage will bring back Young Sheldon's version of Sheldon. I know this seems like a logical move since Sheldon was the most popular character in both Young Sheldon and The Big Bang Theory, and the spin-off wants to win over its audience. However, bringing back Sheldon is not only a bad idea for the spin-off, but could even prove the kiss of death for Georgie and Mandy's first marriage. With Sheldon's return, the spin-off would simply become a continuation of Young Sheldon's story instead of a new show. I think Young Sheldon's spin-off has an interesting premise that's worth exploring, and Georgie and Mandy's first marriage's multicam style means the show should be an interesting stylistic departure from the world of Young Sheldon. The Big Bang Theory Season 11, Episode 23, The Sibling Realignment, saw Sheldon's brother mention that he had an ex-wife years before Young Sheldon introduced Montana Jordan's younger version of the character. Young Sheldon followed Georgie and Mandy's romance from their messy beginnings through to co-parenting and their eventual wedding. So it will be interesting to find out why and how the pair ended up separated. However, I fear Georgie and Mandy's first marriage won't be able to focus on its central couple if Sheldon is back, meaning he shouldn't show up in the series. This is easier said than done when most of Young Sheldon's central cast will return for the new series. Annie Potts will be back as Meemaw, and Zoe Perry will reprise her role as Sheldon's mother Mary, while Reagan Revord will also return as Georgie's little sister Missy. Although Lance Barber's George Sr. won't return, this is only because his character died in the show's antepenultimate episode. All the available major players are back. I can see why viewers would tune in expecting Sheldon to make regular guest appearances. After all, his entire family has reunited in Georgie and Mandy's first marriage, so it would be weird for him to miss out on the fun. However, I hate the thought of Georgie and Mandy's first marriage becoming a multicam version of Young Sheldon that is missing George Sr. It would be almost impossible for the show to feel like more than a facsimile of its predecessor with Sheldon around, and Georgie and Mandy's first marriage deserves better than that. I'm excited by the show's promise to make a doomed relationship funny. It would be hard for viewers to get invested in Georgie and Mandy's relationship when the show is offering a glimpse into Sheldon's life post-Young Sheldon and pre-The Big Bang Theory, and I'm certain Sheldon would become the spin-off's main character if given the spotlight. It's not that I don't believe in Georgie and Mandy's potential, nor do I think that the couple can't ever mention Sheldon's life in California in the new series. However, I do think it's important to note that both of the franchise's earlier shows focused on Sheldon's life before and after Georgie and Mandy's first marriage takes place.